I'm in the book of Daniel right now, and I just wanted to show you this because it is so awesome. Okay, now this is in Jeremiah. God's anger and fury towards his own people. Jeez, man, these people of Israel and Judah, they had the God of Israel, yet they wanted to worship the other pagan gods like Moloch and Baal, the queen of heaven, which is Ishtar. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the father kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the queen of heaven. Who's the queen of heaven? The queen of heaven, the Assyrian Babylonian goddess Ishtar, parallel to the Canaanite goddess Astarte. I mean, just like Samuel told him, hey, if you want your own king, you're going to start worshiping false gods. So here they built high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in fire, which I commanded them not. Neither came it into my heart. God doesn't want that kind of blood sacrifice. He wanted the animals. Judah's children to the god of Baal or Moloch. Child sacrifice was forbidden by Mosaic law. This practice was abolished under King Josiah, and you can put President Trump's name right there because that's what he's doing, trying to abolish that practice. Okay, now, what does this have to do with Daniel? I thought you said you're in Daniel. This is Jeremiah. This is awesome right here. Okay, so the king had his prideful boast. 12 months earlier, Daniel interpreted a dream to tell him to make sure he stays humble, not get arrogant, because this is what's going to happen. But he forgot. 12 months later, the king spake and said, Is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven, saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee, and they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee, until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men, and did eat grass as oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers, and his nails like birds' claws. So that was 7 years that Nebuchadnezzar needed to humble his heart. And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes instead of his pride, right? Because before he lifted up his pride, remember? Instead of lifting up his pride. So at the end of his days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes unto heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me, and I blessed the Most High God. Remember, this is Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. And I praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. And he's extols the Lord, right? But then look at this. Look at this. This is amazing. Verse 37. Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and extol and honor the King of heaven, all whose works are truth, and his ways judgment, and those that walk in pride he is able to abase. Because see, King Nebuchadnezzar knew, because he walked in pride, and he was abased for 7 years. But then the Lord restored his kingdom unto him. And look at that. He called him the King of heaven. And remember, God's own people of Israel and Judah were worshiping the Queen of heaven. And here's Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, extolling the King of Heaven instead of the Queen of Heaven. Man, I hope you understand how amazing that is right there. Absolutely incredible. So Nebuchadnezzar, I'm looking forward to meeting him. He humbled himself. Well, the Lord humbled him, and then he responded. It's incredible. Whew. All right, God bless you guys. Get back to my study here now. See you later.